The 2016 Tournament of Champions Holiday Classic broadcast are brought to you by CBA Sports, your sports construction specialist, Adidas, Impossible is Nothing, Hawks Basketball Academy and Junior Hawks Camps, designed to give Atlanta youth the ultimate basketball experience, Assistant Basketball Coach app, your source for coaching insight, and StatRow, funding youth sports through game highlights.
Every day is another beginning. Gonna make my move, gonna live my dream. Gonna make my move, gonna live my dream. Gonna make my move, gonna live my dream.
We welcome you back into Wheeler High School. It is Wildcat Arena. Joel Hillsman, Mason Amberly here with you as we get ready for the matchup between Whitefield Academy, the Wolfpack, and the Abraham Lincoln Rail Splitters. And I'll be having fun with the Rail Splitters. That's the home of Marv Albert, so maybe I'll get to drop a yes in there. Got to give my man Marv, marvelous Marv Albert, a little love there. Abraham Lincoln coming in dominant right now, 10-0. And they are doing that work up there in New York. They are the Class 2A #1 team right now by the New York Sports Writers Association. Their starting five will be number 25, Donald Forbes, number 24, Kellajon Ferguson, number 25, Michael Reed, number 5, Josiah Lewis, and number 14, Othello Smith. For Whitefield Academy, boy, they pulled one out of the hat, and number 4, Isaiah Hart, had a lot to do with it yesterday, 33 points. They also have number 20, Julian Munoz, number 30, Jimmy McCarthy, number 2, Noah Dryden, and number 1, Micah Smith. A very youthful bunch, Coach Mason, but the guys that hold the mail for them right now, Isaiah Hart, the senior, and number 30, Jimmy McCarthy, a senior.
Yeah, they're going to have their hands full today. McCarthy's going to have to battle with Othello Smith, who looks like he's got 3 or 4 inches and a obviously length advantage.
We are underway. The Rail Splitters in the Adidas threads, all in black, got a little blue trim, black numbers, but they're trimmed in white. McCarthy on the offensive glass, tried to put it up and in, no good. Rebound ripped down by the Rail Splitters, and they'll take it into the backcourt and bring it into the forecourt will be Donald Forbes. Forbes coming in now.
Yeah, Hart obviously coming off a big game last night.
25 Forbes is who we want to pay attention to. Donald Forbes, as I mentioned, he's the preseason NYCHoop.net top 10 player. So you got to love it right there. And as I mentioned, this is the #1 team in the state of New York in Class 2A. Josiah Lewis also who we want to watch. He's a dime dropper, averaging just over 5 assists per game.
McCarthy battling early. He's going to have his hands full all night. Looks like Lincoln's going to get a little press going here, a little trap.
7:25 as we are just underway. Here's Dryden. Dryden swings it into the corner. There's Smith.
A little 1-3-1.
Smith with the rebound, and he kicks it back out to Dryden. Dryden now to Smith. Smith splits it over in the corner to Munoz. Closed out defensively well by Floyd. Here's Hart. Hart is the ball scorer now. He's the only double-figure scorer on this team. McCarthy is next at 9 points, 9 rebounds. There's a steal. Here come the Rail Splitters out in transition. Pump fake. Going to put it on the floor. Step back. There's a jump. Good. Knocked it home. Michael Reed with the hoop. And we cracked the seal on this one.
Hart right back at you.
Yeah, Isaiah Hart. Now he will get buckets. 8 points in the last 40 seconds in their game yesterday with Velma Jackson. But take that with you. Donald Forbes, the hoop and the harm, and one.
Ooh, generous bucket there. Looked like it was on the floor out on the wing.
And the foul was on Julian Munoz, his first, and the team's first. Head coach of Abe Lincoln is Dwayne Tiny Morton, who was an assistant at Seton Hall a couple of years ago, and he came back because he wanted to get Abe Lincoln back on track. The free throw is good, or as he said, save the school. Free throw is good. Abe Lincoln rich history. I mentioned Marvelous Marv, but also Stephon Marbury, Lance Stevenson, Sebastian Telfair, Isaiah Whitehead. Yeah, the basketball runs deep from Abe Lincoln, and there's a foul on the play, and this one will be on Noah Dryden.
That pressure's already got Whitefield confused. Little backcourt trap, run and jump.
Dylan McLean now has checked into the ball game. Under head coach Tyrone Johnson of Whitefield Academy, a 1A school, private in Georgia.
Always tough in the state.
Nice ball movement, and Brown gets the easy dunk. 7-2 early, and here's McLean. McLean now tried to reach in, and there's a steal almost out of bounds. On the sideline, good hustle coming in from Michael Reed. So it is Smith, Lewis, Reed, Brown, and Flores, the 5 on the floor, the starters, as we come up on 2 minutes gone by here in this first quarter. Into the backcourt, Isaiah Hart. Hart picked up by Lewis. Lewis moved the feet. There's a turnover, a steal in transition. Here comes Flores. Flores all the way. Shot is up. No call, and it's out of bounds.
Pressure's already got Whitefield once again. Gonna have to have someone other than Hart be comfortable in the ball. Othello Smith wide open.
Hey, Mike, run out, play, Mike.
Kick it. There's a corner three. Flores rattled it right down the milk carton. A 3-ball for Donald Flores, and a timeout call as the Rail Splitters are out to a 10-2 lead with 5:52 to go. Catch the highlights of the tournament games and share with your friends using the StatRow app. Be sure to check out all the other great hoops teams and features on StatRow after the tournament.
No, Joel, early on, Morton's pretty animated over here on the sideline, obviously imploring his group to get a little defensive pressure. He understands and recognizes that the ball pressure will be a major factor in the outcome.
Rail Splitters coming in on a 10-game win streak. As I mentioned, they are 10-0 to start the season, 71.2 points per game, and allowing 53 points per game. And they are in the same conference within the PSAL in New York City as Thomas Jefferson Campus Orange Wave, who we saw yesterday as McEachern defeated them. And some of the Thomas Jefferson staff, fans, and players are in attendance here taking a look at Abe Lincoln, who they lost to last week, 88-71. A long three is no good. Rebound put back up with the left hand. No, it won't go in for Brown. They fight for the rebound and kick it back out, and a traveling violation call. Traveling called on Othello Smith, a turnover. Coach Tiny Morton really into it, and the nickname is fitting. Bad pass on the inbound, tried to get tricky with it. They're able to come up away with it. It is Caleb Brooks who's into the contest now.
Good pass by Hart.
McCarthy up. He got whacked hard across the head, and that's a foul. So McCarthy will go to the free throw line. And it'll be on Othello Smith, his first, team second. So at the free throw line will be Jimmy McCarthy, who's coming in averaging right under 10 and 10, 9 points, 9 rebounds. Had 11 points in the victory over Velma Jackson yesterday. First free throw is good.
Seems like the first 3 minutes, the tempo's been dictated by Lincoln.
McCarthy free throw, he split him, no good. Rebound snatched out of the air by Brown. Brown gets it up ahead now between the legs. Here's Flores. Flores on the right side, he's worked on by McCarthy. Hart now gonna come out and picks up Lewis. Josiah Lewis with the left hand dribble, spins it back to the right. Now gonna pump fake, go down the lane off the window. Got the roll, Josiah Lewis, a good move, his first field goal.
I also like what he's doing on the defensive end of the floor against Hart. Taking the ball out of his hands, forcing someone else to handle it.
Micah Smith trying to cross the timeline, got it into McCarthy, and a reach-in foul there by Flores. And Flores gets the foul, his first, the team's third. Donald Cannon Flores, number 25, 16.2 points a game. That was through 5 games. And as I mentioned, he is undecided and is the preseason top 10 player via NYCHoops.net. Trying to go on the baseline. McCarthy
Good
dumped
pass.
it off to Brown. Brown got the roll. Layup. Caleb Brooks, with the hoop.
Knowing once again Coach Tyrone Johnson over the years of competing against him here in Georgia, team's going to be disciplined on the defensive end. Looking to create a little pressure, might run a little run and jump at you from time to time.
Forbes will inbound it right here in front of us. Nope. Morton changes what he wants to do, and he had Josiah come inbound it. Now here comes Flores into the forecourt with the left-hand dribble and pings it over to Reed. Reed stop, pulls a three, in and out, no. Rebound.
Good
comes
box
in there
out.
by Hart. Hart with the right-hand dribble. Pulls, jumper from the elbow, good.
Fluid. First time seeing the young kid play.
33 points yesterday. Brooks tried to draw the foul, couldn't get it. They'll pass it across the timeline.
Got away
up
with the
ahead.
travel.
And there is
There
the
it
travel right there. A turnover now. 3:42 to go. Now here come substitutions for Lincoln as Junior Sutherland will check in. And also now Wilson will come in. John Wilson. And also number 10, William Korndrack.
Refs making it adamant that they have the proper attire when they come in on the floor.
Yeah, the fashion police in full effect.
Knowing from experience, you're not allowed to roll the shorts, just so you know.
That has become somewhat of a trend, and I don't know why it had became a trend. And my grandmother would say if you got the right size, you wouldn't have to do that.
Foul on Flores there.
That's his second.
Little run and jump.
Nice little
Got Dryden
going here. Jump ball call.
Once again, other than Hart and McCarthy, everyone else on the floor for Whitfield's a freshman or a sophomore. Probably the first time they're playing against some guys like Lincoln that, as you would know, have that dog in them.
9 of the 13 players on that ball club are either a freshman or a sophomore.
Shea Lewis goes right by Hart.
No juniors. Hart back tapped it away, and now here he comes into the full court in transition. Stop, pop a shot at the free throw line. Could not get the roll. Rebound snatched out of the air by Big Korndrack. Gives it up ahead now, and here comes Wilson. John Wilson going to drive and a foul call, and that may be on Hart. I believe it will be. Yep, Isaiah Hart with the foul, his first, team's fourth. So here comes Reed back into the contest now. Michael Reed for the Rail Splitters. Reed 6'2" and a guard. Inbound, baseline, out of bounds. Catch by Brown.
I like the
with
Brown
the left
kid.
hand, good.
Is that undersized 6'3" post player? Little athleticism. Works on the defensive end. Here it comes on the double team.
A turnover, out of bounds. Hart tried to go to Brooks. It's a turnover. So Brooks will go out, and in will come Noah Dryden. Whitefield all in the white, the Nike threads. Abe Lincoln all in black basically with a little blue, the Adidas threads. Behind the back, Wilson now will have it with the right-hand dribble and gives it over to Brown. Back to Wilson. Tried to put it on the floor. Now they're going to come up, and here's a trap and a traveling violation. So the two freshmen, Dryden and Smith, force a Lincoln Rail Splitter turnover. It's 14-7. Abe Lincoln with the lead with 2:34 to go.
Joel, I'm man enough to admit that I don't get to New York very often. Is this typical New York style play?
It'll pick up. It'll pick up, trust me. There's a turnover. Abe Lincoln, I mean, it's New York City. It's the capital of street ball basketball, of course. There's a drive, no good. Rebound, they rip it away and fight for it in Brown. The public league doesn't get as much love as, say, the Catholic League or, St. Anthony's or any of those type. Speaking of New York City basketball, I'm going to give some love out to Ron Nadero. His 36th season as the head coach in Queens at Cardozo, 755 wins. That's a New York State public record. Got that last week. And he's got 2 titles during that time. And I think his 60th birthday is approaching, and they say he don't show no signs of stopping, so he'll probably add to that win total.
It's a lot of wins.
755, yeah, over 36 seasons, and that's in public ball.
I'll keep harping on it early here in the first quarter, but the pressure by Lincoln just giving Whitefield some problems. Trying to find the right combination of guards able to subside the pressure. Can't even get into your half-court offense.
Reed gives it over to Brown, who's holding it out. Whitefield is actually playing them very scrappy. There's a long jump, no good, and a foul call. It'll be an over-the-back loose ball on William Kordak. That'll be his first and the team's 5th. So both teams now beginning to rack up the fouls, 14-7.
Young freshman Smith with the ball. Let's see if he can get him into something.
Let's see, they're running that trap at him, and here comes Reed. Reed gonna steal it, give it to Brown, easy off the window. As you mentioned, that dog in him, and that's what it is, very aggressive, and I don't think that Whitefield has enough ball handling and enough skill players to be able to deal with that on a constant basis. Josiah Lewis with the steal, with the foul. Abe Lincoln racking up the fouls. Now they have 6 already. Josiah, that was his first.
Once again, Lincoln in practice able to run all these plethora of guards at each other to get the tempo. There's Whitefield, probably Isaiah Hart not going against the same competition on a day-in, day-out basis.
Driving down the lane. Abe Lincoln is considered, even though they're ranked number 1, they are considered a serious title contender. And you have to know that that's what they do now. 4-time city champs. Now remember, being a city champ in New York City sometimes is better than being the state champ. Just depend on who you ask. Free throw by Hart, no good. City championships in 95, 03, 07, and 08.
Little stack set to Hart. He's going to put it up.
Hart, jumper, good.
On cue.
Flashed it home. Isaiah Hart, it's 16-9.
Comes up with a steal.
Yep, gonna drive, float it, Hart off the window, it's good. So Isaiah Hart, who can fill it up now, and that will be interesting once he gets rolling to see how Coach Morton adjusts to him.
Offensive foul on Brown. Disagree with that one there. Just a mature, stronger body.
Team 7th foul. Agreed right there. Just took a little bump there. That's their 8th team foul already. The whistle's in full effect. 50 seconds to go. Jim beginning to fill up a little bit with Wheeler, but anytime New York is in the house, there's a jump by Hart up. No, an offensive foul call. And it will be on Isaiah Hart. That's a big foul. That's his second
call
foul.
There.
So Isaiah Hart has picked up his second with 40 and 5/10 seconds, and that's going to put Coach Johnson in a peril, almost a travel right there. Here comes Brown. Brown goes to the foul line, spins it to the corner. There's a long corner 3, in and out, no good. On the glass is Conrad. It'll be out of bounds and go over to Whitefield. So Hart will come out now. He's got 2 fouls, so going to have to play that game with him very much. Going to have to, as we say, Coach, or as I like to say, steal minutes.
Yeah, I would assume he's done until the second quarter, but I envision that he'll be right back out there after that turnover.
There's a turnover. Here's Brown on the break. Off the window, easy with it. 18
now they
to
continue
11.
with the pressure.
Yep.
Probably going to get another one.
A.J. Hawkins into the ball game, and now here is Smith. They're going to grow up today, are the freshmen, I promise you that. There's the trap. Put it on the floor. Dryden passes in. Hopkins, they did not get a shot. We're at the end of the first quarter. Abe Lincoln Rail Splitters, 18. Whitefield Academy Wolfpack 11 right here. This is SUVtv.com. Coaches and trainers, the Assistant Basketball Coach app is a great resource for drills, plays, and special content. Download the app today to get drills, plays, and content that will help you improve your players and teams. Remember, coming up on SUVtv later on in January, it'll be the Peachtree Corners Invitational, bringing you national-level matchups to Norcross, Georgia every year. Watch this year's event live on SUVtv on January 21st. It'll be Miller Grove and Winston-Salem Prep, Wheeler and Greensboro Dade, Norcross and Bishop O'Connell, Green Forest Christian and DeMatha, and Shiloh taking on Garner Manjay. I am really interested and ready to see Bishop O'Connell, a top 5 school in Virginia, especially after seeing John Marshall yesterday, even though they failed in a very hard-fought ball game against Pebblebrook. I really like what John Marshall can do, and they are considered a contender there in Virginia as well. Second quarter is underway.
Curtis Gordon in the game for Lincoln with a nice move. Unable to convert. I do not think Whitefield guards want to put the ball on the floor if they have to.
They're going to grow up today. That's all I'm going to say. Down low, taken away. Outlet pass. Here's Brown on the break. Smith chasing back, and a foul given. Well, Michael Smith didn't want to give up that easy foul. That'll be the team's 6th foul.
I can already see through 8 minutes why Brown doesn't come off the floor very often.
Wonderful job, yeah.
Do-it-all kind of guy. Obviously someone that Coach Morton probably really trusts out there.
That's what I like to call the hard hat lunch pail guy. Brown, free throw routine up and in, splashed it home. He already has 9 in the contest. Lead is only 8 right now, and Coach Johnson continuing to try and steal some minutes with Hart on the bench. Free throw, good.
Once again, Whitefield needs to get some guys in the backcourt, use the pass to bring it up. Every time they put it on the floor, a questionable turnover.
McLean has it in the middle. McLean gonna stop, left-handed jumper, good. That's the way to get some hoops right there. And they've got to gain confidence. You can't just say because
good back tip.
Our lead scorer is on the bench, someone else. This is the time when you get the opportunity to step up. And when you have the opportunity to step up, I know it's cliche, next man up, but as a competitor, if you're out there on the team, show me what you got, next man up. Hart back in, though. It didn't last long into the second quarter. 20-13, and right now, at where Coach Johnson is in peril of the game, he needs Hart out there on the floor. Hart now's got to understand he cannot foul. 2 fouls already. Free throw, Flores, back iron, no good on the 1-and-1.
Curtis Gordon creating some issues inside.
I also would like to see Jimmy McCarthy step up just a little bit more. They were running a lot of stuff with him, getting him into the middle of the foul line yesterday, and he was reluctant to shoot that shot. He's going to have to shoot it. Munoz has got to help. Here comes McCarthy, put it on the floor. Munoz, catch, shoot, a 3, have some confidence, no good. Rebound is going to be rattled around. They'll pick it up now. It's Flores. They trapped him in the backcourt. Brown now outletting it quickly up to Lewis. Here's Josiah. Josiah going to peel it back on the big Wildcat logo between the rings with the left hand, worked on by Hart. Goes behind the back, pull-up jumper. It's off the hill of the rim. They back tap it. Hart's got it in transition. He's going to try to push it. He's got Brooks up ahead. No confidence in him. Going to go all the way. Floated off the window. No good. Rebound ripped down by the rail splitters, and here they come. Here they come back. McLean chasing on defense. The layup is no good. Brown couldn't get the follow. Brooks good hustle. Munoz out to Hart. Hart now doesn't have numbers, but he's going to go and attack anyway, and Gordon is going to get him with the foul. It's going to be on the floor.
Make some free throws.
Gordon with the foul, his first, the team's 9th. Reed.
I know it's a 7-point advantage right now, but really goes well for what Whitefield and where the game's at this point.
Yeah.
Low scoring, right in their kind of tempo.
Hart at the line for the 1-and-1, and he makes the first one. He has 9 points in the contest. Yeah, that's why I think Coach Johnson, Mason, made the decision to go ahead and bring Hart back into the contest. Did not want it to get away from them. Free throw, good.
Big pair right there.
5-point ball game. And you know what they say, the longer you leave a team around that you're supposed to put away, the better opportunity they get. And there's an offensive foul that's not called. It's called on Brooks. Caleb Brooks with the foul. That'll be his second. The team's 8th, the 1-and-1 coming up. So Flores will go to the free throw line. He's 1 of 2 today. 6 points for Flores. Brooks will take a seat. Going deep into the bench now. Here comes Jordan Sabu. Front end of the 1-and-1 coming up. In and out. No. Flores struggling from the line. Good hustle down by Jordan Sabu to get the rebound. And here comes Whitefield to Hart. Hart surveying. Goes with the dribble.
Ooh. Must have been a timeout before the bucket.
Timeout call. Coach Johnson just wiped 2 points out away
Hart's
from him.
a little frustrated. Asking coach.
Yeah, I would
had
be
it.
too. A 30-second timeout with 6:01 to go. The Atlanta Hawks have summer camps and clinics for basketball players ages 8 to 14. Learn more about Junior Hawks camps and register by going to the SUVtv.com/JRHawks. 6:01 to go, second quarter. Abe Lincoln, the Rail Splitters, leading Whitefield Academy to Wolfpack 20-15. We were talking with some of our friends, our wonderful friends at the scoring table, about the Rail Splitter nickname. It's up there with my other one. You know the other one down in Savannah, the Atom Smashers. I don't know which one I like better, either Atom Smashers or Rail Splitters. I like unique and different nicknames. You know, you wind up most of the time when you get those, they get associated with minor league sports or something of that nature. Isaiah Hart, catch off the inbound and puts it through the net, 20-17.
Little zone by Whitefield here. Little 2-3. Nice back cut by Gordon.
Gordon blew the layup. 5:42 to go, out of bounds. It will be Rail Splitter basketball.
Obviously, Coach Johnson was forced into a little zone here with Hart in some foul trouble.
That's okay. Make them shoot from distance.
I like what they're doing in the zone, taking them out of their offense. Actually looks to be more of a You
wanted some New York ball.
You wanted some. There it was. And almost got him again.
Behind the back, dumped it off, and Brown lost it. And the Thomas Jefferson campus orange wave crowd across the way liked it, and now we got some clapping going on. Here it came. Got to finish, though.
I'm about to say, knowing what you just did, you almost got to be a little selfish there and put it up. Had a chance to hit the pull-up from the free throw line, tried to dump it into Brown. And Reed found himself out of the game after all that, Coach.
Hart stopped, picked up the dribble, gives it to McCarthy. There's the foul line jumper that he shot. He followed it, he missed it. Munoz got the rebound. He's holding it steady, gives it to McLean. McLean put it on the floor. They got it blocked from behind. Munoz is going to recover it. Munoz kicks it back out to Hart. I like, though, how McLean now is kind of looking for his shot.
I like what Munoz is doing as well. He understands his role within the team, finding Hart.
Hart, a long three. Good.
What a player.
Isaiah Hart filling it up. It's even, 20-20. Number one in New York in 2A, and remember 2A is the biggest classification in New York, against 1A, private, the smallest in Georgia. A foul call. Jordan Sabu picks up his first. Team's ninth.
Joel, the way the game's going kind of reminds you of last night with Whitefield, doesn't it?
Not yet. No, can't say that yet.
Too early?
Yeah. Because in that ball game, I think that was more Velma Jackson being, they say the prevent defense prevents you from winning. They were running that prevent offense. And then the ball started falling in the bucket for Hart, and they kind of made some moves. I think Witherspoon really should have took over. Listen, you are the coach, I'm not. But Coach Carlisle, I think they started kind of working on the clock a little too early, and
getting away from the game plan, huh?
It burned them. It absolutely burned them. And Hart came down and popped the three, and then sometimes the ball's got to bounce your way. He's chasing a guy from behind, back taps it from behind. It hits the backboard, comes back, he shoots down the left wing, pulls the three, and tie it.
Crazy game that we love.
4:26 to go.
Lincoln's really been held under wraps here in the second quarter. Hart trying to draw the foul.
Yeah, that's all that was. McCarthy on a catch. He bounces it to the corner.
Right back to him. The
and
elbow.
travel.
I would almost sense just leaving the guy at the elbow in McCarthy. Every time they go to trap, the elbow's wide open. You got the little dump down to the short corner for a jumper, or he turns and attacks the rim.
Hart has to go to McCarthy and say, I need you to score the basketball right there. I'd rather him shoot the shot and miss it than continue to be passive with it.
I agree.
McCarthy is the other senior. That's where the senior leadership is going to have to step up.
Really the only obviously the only double-digit scorers. Everyone else is a 5 to 3-point guy. Obviously that means they're getting the trash buckets and the wide-open looks.
Long three in the corner. It was contested, but he dropped it in his face. A three ball. Junior Sutherland in the book with a three. So after it was tied at 20, now it's 23.
You know, I would now spread the floor with Hart. They obviously have gone with the bigger guy and Coke Rat on him. I would spread the floor, let him go to work, maybe give him a ball screen if he needs it. Here you got an opportunity to flash with McCarthy and attack.
McCarthy with the catch, puts it on the floor. Dryden has checked in. He came in for Smith. Coach Johnson trying to operate with all of the youth he's got, and then he's got that veteran leader right there, Isaiah Hart, who drives, puts it up, is short, no, and a foul on the shot, and Coach Morton right there in the ref's ear. Foul will be called on Junior Sutherland.
I thought it was a good call there.
I did too. I can concur with that one.
Now, some of the days haven't been, but we'll give them that one.
Different crew, but that previous ball game, I tell you.
Once again, I'm going to harp on it again. If they're going to put Coat Rat on Hart, Hart's got to be the guy. Create it for himself or dump it off. I don't know if they're going to give you that mismatch if you can be passive.
Hart first free throw is no good. Now, he's uncharacteristically missing free throws. Came in on the season right at 70%.
Good trap opportunity in the corner. Got him with his back turned. There's the turnover. I don't think Gordon's the guy that Coach Morton wants handling the ball out on the wing.
A turnover, 23-21. Coach Morton now looking around.
Coat Rat trying to play the bully game on Hart.
Hart is going to bait him into something before it's over with.
There, McCarthy's just got to stay around that elbow area. Be there for relieving the pressure.
The foot speed there. Hart shot no good. McCarthy on the glass.
He got hacked.
Foul.
He'll
Foul
be shooting
underneath.
too.
Foul will be on Curtis Gordon. That'll be his second. They're in the double bonus now. So McCarthy going to the free throw line. He's 1 of 2 on the day.
Yeah, Brown getting ready to check back in. Once again, a guy for Lincoln they've relied on here early.
McCarthy hits the free throw. It is good. And right now with the free throw opportunities and being in the double bonus with 3:16 to go, Whitefield Academy has got to capitalize on this. They look to tie the ball game again. Free throw. Good. So
McCarthy might get himself going with a couple free throws with confidence.
McCarthy stepped up there and hit him. Here comes Brown. Brown turning in the lane, soft jump, hook, front iron, no. Guard spot rebounding by Noah Dryden.
Got to attack here in transition. Good screen by McCarthy. Great screen.
Good by Hart.
Love it that the teammates are giving each other acknowledgement. That really shows the maturity of a high school kid there for Hart to show his teammates some love, knowing that that bucket's not possible without the screen.
Corner.
Oh, and a foul. Oh.
No call. And then here comes the call on Gordon.
I think Coach Johnson knows he got away with one over there.
Coach Morton on the other way is just kind of holding himself. And now the New York crowd voicing their displeasure. 25-23, Whitefield Academy with the lead, and Isaiah Hart going to the free throw line, and Curtis Gordon has 3 fouls. 2:42, Hart standing up here. First free throw, no good.
Joel, I may be confused here. Has Hart committed anywhere?
No, he's uncommitted.
Any idea where his interest lies?
A lot of services here on the back baseline are trying to get him some word out. I think height sometimes comes into question with that. Second free throw. It's good. He split them, and you know what we call that on the playground, a little street justice, ball don't lie. Othello Smith comes in, but it's a 3-point Whitefield Academy lead. And Coach Johnson got just a little bit of confidence smirk and a fist pump right now. 3-point lead, 2:40 to go. Shot the passing lane, tried to get the steal. Here's Flores, and they do get the steal. Dryden took it away. He walked up out the gym. They didn't call it. Jordan Sabu walked. He got up off the floor. Here comes Hart. Foul line jumper, splits the legs, no good. Rebound, they fight for it and come away with it. Brown outletting it. Here comes Lewis. Lewis in transition. Lewis all the way. They're going to take it away. Now Sabu has came in with some energy, and Dryden also has some energy for Whitefield Academy. And now Coach Johnson going to go get McLean, and he's going to take Jordan Sabu out.
Little offense to defense there.
Yeah, and Sabu, as soon as he got to the bench, he said, what'd he do? He had 2 good hustle plays, and then he come out. Here's Dryden. Dryden into the forecourt to McLean. McLean now going to drive. McLean looking to score and does. I like it, Dylan McLean.
As you said, he being a little aggressive here in the second quarter.
Nothing wrong with it at all. A 5-point lead to Wolfpack. A steal. Hopkins with the steal. The Hart on the break. Over the front of the rim. Isaiah Hart.
By Coach Morton.
Coach Morton, I think, is going to let them figure this out on their own.
Another turnover.
1:45 to go in a turnover, and all of a sudden, the little bitty Wolfpack, who was supposed to be getting blown away by the rail splitters, have a 7-point lead. 30-23. It's a 10-3 run since they caught him at 20. Dryden going to walk it up, but the pressure hasn't been there as well now.
No, they've backed off. Here comes the double now. Once again, when you leave that guy at the elbow, though, it allows for the easy entry pass.
Hart, a long 3. In and out, no. Rebound, big Othello Smith. Remember, he had to go to the bench in foul trouble. Flores outlets it to Lewis. Lewis up ahead. Now he's going to spin it to Sutherland. Sutherland across court. Brown, a 3. Hill of the rim, no. Rebound offensively, Othello. Lewis going to catch it, penetrate, float it up, foul from behind. I think that's 12. A.J. Hopkins will get, yes, Hopkins will pick up the foul.
I believe at the 5-minute mark it was 20-20, and now you can see at the 1:13, 30-23. So Whitefield obviously controlling the tempo.
I'm actually going to get a little technical with you. It was 20-11. They had a 9-point lead. Free throw is good for Josiah Lewis.
It's a solid 19-3 run then for Whitefield. Let me ask Joel, you get a bucket here. Do you call 30 and get Hart off the floor and protect him with the 2 fouls, or you just let the senior play through it?
I let him play. He's shown right now, and he's been making wise decisions. Free throw is good. Now,
here
if this was the
Lincoln
end of the third quarter, I would.
One thing I'd say about McLean is he does not need to dribble. Square up, find the open man.
Hopkins had it taken away by Flores down low. 1:02 to go.
See if they run that same set for Hart popping to the corner. This time he might get the up screen from Hopkins to float to the middle.
Dryden inbounds it. Hart lets it go into the backcourt. 1 minute to go. Coach Johnson says, let's take the last shot. They're going to work on that clock now.
Little flex action here.
Taken away. A steal. Couldn't get the last shot. Lewis with the steal. Up ahead on the break. No. And Brooks will get hit with an intentional foul. Caleb Brooks, that'll be his 3rd. He didn't want to give up the easy layup. The young freshman will learn that one.
I guess it's an uninvaded rule.
So it'll be 2 shots and a basketball for junior Sutherland. Sutherland with a 3 already in the game, and he strips the net on the first free throw.
At the line, junior Sutherland.
Well, Reed will look to check back in here. Michael Reed.
We haven't seen Reed since he had the defender on skates earlier. Brown and Flores coming out for Lincoln.
Both free throws were good, and it's an intentional, so they will inbound it. I think right now, Coach, at 41, I would have took Hart out. But there's a reason why I'm sitting here with a scorebook and a headset and not a clipboard.
Charge.
Float up, offensive foul. Junior Sutherland.
Clear right there.
30-26, 35 and 8-10 seconds now. national bracket game in the quarterfinals. 35 and 8/10 seconds now. Munoz inbounds it to Dryden.
McCarthy can flash once again and help him. There it is. Unable to get it to him.
Close to being a turnover. It is. Reed with the steal. Reed goes up, shot up, offensive foul. Hey, that's what you call hard hat lunch pail right there. High energy guy McCarthy getting the offensive foul on Michael Reed.
Frustration's obviously showing for Coach Morton over here. A little disappointed in those two charge calls. He drove all this way. He wants to just get a fair shake. Here comes the double.
McCarthy gonna catch it. Holds it in the middle, and a jump ball is called.
Hart was a little loosey-goosey with it. Can't put McCarthy in that kind of pressure.
Whitefield Academy gets the possession. 9 and 7/10 seconds, a 4-point ball game. Munoz looking, gives it in to Hart. Hart lost it. You can see what Coach Morton is going to do in the second half. There's a drive, flipped up with the layup, no good.
They got
McLean
numbers.
got the rebound.
They got numbers.
Dryden going to have to shoot a long one at the horn. It'll glance off the glass, no good. So, a surprising score. Whitefield Academy has a 30-26 lead on the Abe Lincoln Rail Splitters at the half. You're watching the 2016 Tournament of Champions Classic right here on SUVtv.
Every day is another beginning. Gonna make my move, gonna live my dream. Gonna make my move, gonna live my dream. Gonna make my move, gonna live my dream.
The 2016 Tournament of Champions Holiday Classic broadcast are brought to you by CBA Sports, your sports construction specialist, Adidas, Impossible is Nothing, Hawks Basketball Academy and Junior Hawks Camps, designed to give Atlanta youth the ultimate basketball experience, Assistant Basketball Coach app, your source for coaching insight, and StatRow, funding youth sports through game highlights.
Well, it's a great day because today's just a small indication of our passion for the city of Atlanta. We're nothing without the fans. It is literally the foundation on what we build.
Well, you know, they always say you can't bend a tree when it's old. So the time to pour in the young people is when they're young. And that's really what we're doing right now. These facilities, best-in-class facilities, It's all about making sure that people have a strong foundation, strong fundamentals, and the Atlanta Hawks help making that possible.
Today is not just about basketball, it's about building a community, and the Atlanta Hawks and CBA Sports has been true to Atlanta in supporting all of our efforts to invest in various communities all across the city.
We're here with William Walker, who this Ben Hill court was formerly named after now. William, what does it mean to you as well as the community to have this court?
Well, I think it means a whole lot to the community to have a safer court and a more of a beautiful court that the kids will have an opportunity to enjoy. We have approximately over 300 kids in our summer camp, and it will give them an opportunity to come out and really enjoy a nice looking court and a safe court, and hopefully what they will do, they will be able to elevate their skill level as they participate on this court.
I played basketball. This is where I started. I used to live up the street from here, so this park means the world to me. But building bridges is something that we are obligated to do because kids emulate everything we do. So this is huge for the community, and the fact that the Hawks CBA Sport Court has come out to put a beautiful court down here and really make it a fun experience is what it's all about.
You know, it's always good for kids to get a head start on life, and you know, when people, you know, in the Atlanta Hawks organization take the time out to kind of, you know, get kids the cheat codes to, you know, succeed, it's a beautiful thing. You know, I run a foundation myself, and you know, anytime Atlanta Hawks come out, you know, I've always want to try to show my face and, you know, try to take notes and, you know, really learn how to make a difference.
This just enhances their dreams and their opportunities to be able to, you know, dream big and try to do big things, and it's a positive environment. So that's what's most important.
The Hawks are committed to renovating or building 25 basketball courts over 5 years and are well on their way. And I've been to almost every single one of them, but this may be one of the best I've ever seen.
Well, I think the Hawks have really, you know, recognized that basketball is their core. You know, they started doing a lot of other things, and then kind of when Steve Koonin came in, he said, hey, we're about basketball, so let's bring basketball into communities that may not have the best. We all grew up with, like, you know, the peach crate or, you know, the milk, you know, holder or whatever, but never a court like this. I mean, you're talking about something that's totally covered, something that's totally lit. Imagine how many hours are going to be played on this court for kids who may not have a chance to actually see. I mean, this is state of the art.
Well, I think what resonates with me is William Walker, who we named the court after today. He was a coach for 50 years in this community, and what the Hawks are investing in is not only the youth. We do some coaches clinics year-round, so it just speaks to the volume that a coach can impact all these kids, and the Hawks are doing a small part in training those coaches and hopefully having an impact on the city of Atlanta.
This court means so much to the community of Atlanta because people look at the Atlanta Hawks for inspiration. They look at us to help lead the community in a variety of ways, and when we think about our children and millennials and new generations that we're trying to touch, this is really a great way for us to directly impact the youth and to keep them engaged with our brand and keep them engaged with the game of basketball.
A lot of people talk about building bridges, but here you actually see a bridge being built. This is a tangible, actual tangible, something you can touch and look at it. Like I said, once again, when you look at the kids' faces, they're running around, playing basketball, eating ices, hot dogs, and all that. What more can you ask for on a summer day in hot Atlanta?
The Atlanta Hawks are a community asset. We say that over and over. So what you have to do is figure out ways to bridge to the community. Building basketball courts is our way to bridge to the community. We're looking for other ways, but this is one, and it's worked, and it will continue to work, and we're committed to it.
CBA Sports is amazing. I have literally watched them do so many court renovations, and this particular court is just absolutely phenomenal. I love the coloring that they used. I love the creative design on it. I think that it's so unique. You definitely can't find it in any other community, and so CBA means so much to the Atlanta Hawks because they truly put all of their creative energy into every court they do for us.
Powered by assistantbasketballcoach.com.
It always comes a breaking point in everything that you do, but here's what the great ones do when the breaking point comes. Everybody loves the game. When it's tight, when everything's going well, you hitting shots, but it gets to a certain point, which the breaking point, meaning at a certain point, somebody is going to retreat and not want it so much, and somebody is going to say, this is why I play the game of basketball. Say for everybody.
Can't play no game with these. Can't play no games with these. Can't play no games with these. Can't play no games with these. I swear. Can't play no games with these. Can't play no game with these. Can't play no games with these. Can't play no games with these. Can't play no games with these. I swear. Can't play no games with these.
Joel Hillsman and Mason Amberly back here with you as we get ready to start the second half. A little bit of a shocker. Whitefield Academy with a 30-26 lead. Mason, we've got the stat sheet. What stands out to you?
Same thing as last night for Whitefield. Obviously, Hart carrying the way, 21 of the 30. Shooting a high percentage, 8 for 14, 1 for 2, and 4 for 7 from the line. So he's playing well. They're going to need something out of McCarthy. We were talking in the break. Obviously, him being 0 for 6. That's going to come into play here as the game continues to move forward. And then for Lincoln, you're getting everything you want from Brown. Need a little bit of help. Flores is giving a little something, but nobody else. McClain fouled on the other end by Othello Smith. Make that Michael Reed. I hope and I would assume that Mort made the adjustment. He's not going to let Hart beat him in the second half. He's going to try and force the ball out of his hands, make some other guys beat him. We'll see if Whitefield can make the adjustment. And as you said in the first half, McClain has really given him something here. 4 points in the first half, that gives him 5 on the game. For a sophomore to be able to come in this type of atmosphere, as you said, he's growing up in a hurry.
McClain split the free throws, and we'll have another whistle. So it will be on Noah Dryden, his first, team's first.
Whitefield with their own little pressure here on Lewis. Munoz staying in front. Here comes the trap and got him.
Traveling violation. Whitefield all in the white. The Abe Lincoln Rail Splitters, they are in the all black, but they got a little blue trim to them. Wilson will check in. Lewis will go out.
Entry to McCarthy at the elbow.
Hart comes off the screen, stops, pulls a long three, front iron, no. They crash the boards, but Munoz is going to come away with it, and Dryden now has it. Into McCarthy, a power dribble up, get it out, and a foul on Othello. I think right there he didn't have to put that ball on the floor.
No, and then also being a lefty, he's got to understand playing against some length like Smith. You can't go in there finishing left hand if you're going right. You got to use that right hand away from the defender.
He struggled from the field, 0 of 6 in the first half, 3 of 4 at the free throw line, and now misses this one.
At the line, Jimmy McCarthy.
These are big points anytime he can get there.
Second free throw coming up, 7:17 to go, third quarter. He missed them both. Rebound offensively right back to Hart, who pulled the jumper, front iron, no good. Flores with the rebound, gives it up to Wilson. Wilson
pass
on the
to
break
Brown.
all the way to Brown, and a foul on Munoz, who's trailing from behind.
Brown running the floor there. Not enough young kids doing that this day and age.
31-26. Want to see more from Daniel Flores now. He only had 6 points in that first half. Forbes missed both free throws. Did
Dryden playing around with it in the backcourt.
Smith. Shot is no good. Brown gets the rebound, outlet it. Wilson couldn't clean it up, and now Hart is going to come away with the steal. Now here comes Hart, going to drive. He kicks it back. Here's Munoz. Munoz trying to go down low to McLean. He saw him, but the length of Abe Lincoln came in there, and they're going to take it away, and it'll be a foul on the floor.
Minute and a half here through the third. Nothing much changed. Still the kind of tempo that Whitfield wants. A little scrappy game, low scoring. Anytime if it stays like this, I like Whitfield. Lincoln's got to get the point totals up, force Whitfield to have to score with some other guys besides Hart.
Coach Morton showing a little frustration, and then there's another foul. Oh, offensive foul called on Gordon. That'll be his fourth. 3 team fouls each side, so Lewis comes in. Coach Morton goes down and closes his eyes.
Can't get mad at that one as a coach. Kid making a strong rim, attacking the rim.
6:33 to go.
And now the double team here on Hart. I'd take this if I was Whitfield. Wide
Munoz.
open.
Stott, a long 3, good. Got to make them pay. Julian Munoz, his first field goal. And it's a 3-ball. Hart can expect that now for the rest of the game. 34-26, Munoz with the steal. Dryden swings it into the corner. It's Hart. Hart gonna go baseline. He was fouled going up to the hoop. Right now, Whitefield Academy manufacturing things. Foul will be on Michael Reed. I normally do not make this comparison, but this is like playing small ball baseball for Whitefield Academy. They have an 8-point lead over the #1 team in New York. Upset brewing. Brown and Kondrak will be checking back in. Isaiah Hart with the free throw. It is good.
Do you feel that Lincoln maybe underestimated the Whitfield team coming in based on maybe seeing them last night, based on personnel?
I'm going to have to lean to it right now. That's exactly what it is. And there is no disrespect to Whitefield Academy or Isaiah Hart. This is not supposed to be close, let alone a 10-point game in the direction of the Wolfpack, who are in white. Here's Brown, tried to go behind the back. Conrad going to put it up off the window, no good. Rebound by Dylan McClain. I like the way that he has played, though. Here comes Hart. Hart into the forecourt. Now going to go all the way to the right. Stop floating out of bounds. Shot is up, no good. But you cannot underestimate Hart either. This is a game right here you put on your highlight reel for sure. They're outmatched, no doubt about it. And he is right now continuing to keep them in the ball game. He has 23 of their 36. Lincoln has 26 as a squad. Free throw, good.
Anytime your best player takes 14 shots and makes over 50% of them for 21 points in the first half, you'll take it as a coach. And obviously, Coach Johnson trusts Hart here, letting him do his thing, even if at times it's maybe a 1-on-2, 1-on-3 situation.
And he's living at the line, but he's getting a
great
little
trap.
Conrad down the lane. There goes Brown with the layup, good on the left side.
Looked like he got bumped as well there. I'd be a little frustrated if I was Coach Morton. The other call on the other end's going for Hart on that little contact.
Yeah, I'm gonna lead a ref into you. I don't like what I've seen the past game and a half from the referee.
Can Munoz make 2? He sure
did.
can.
Making him pay. A 3-ball by Munoz, pushing the lead out to 13 now. Now here's a drive and kick to the corner. A long 3. It's off, no good. Rebound, battle for it. Stop and taken away. Foul on the floor, and that'll be on Noah Dryden, I believe.
Sutherland really likes that corner 3. If I was him, I'd start to realize that with a little head fake and a 1 dribble pull up or a 2 dribble attack to the rim, he can get an easy one for his squad.
Trident called for the foul, and the ref made him go get the ball.
Probably a lob coming here for Brown based on how the defense is aligning itself.
Caleb Brooks now checking in.
He's just going to seal down on McCarthy.
Looking, inbound, there it is, stop. There's a fire, a 3, Flores fell down, no. Hart gets the rebound, and now a foul on the floor. So the whistle fest has picked up again, and the foul will be called on Junior Sutherland. That'll be his 3rd. Abe Lincoln hit with their 16th foul with 5:03 to go.
Obviously, Lincoln more frustrated than Whitefield with the calls, even though it's only 6-4 for the quarter. Lincoln more frustrated because they are trying to work themselves back into the game down 13. Timeout maybe for Whitefield. But my partner is about to lose it, folks. Of all the things you want to do to Hart, giving him the easy ones is not what you'd like.
17th foul. Whitefield Academy will be shooting free throws on every foul for the next 12 minutes and 52 seconds. Ball don't lie.
Hart with a miss.
I'm beside myself right now. Here's Brown.
Good pass.
Brown to pass the quarterback. He put it in good.
You know, with a 11-point lead, I'm not sure Whitefield wants to be pressing either. Got a nice little comfort lead. Maybe get back in your half court, force them to score on you. Don't give them the easy layups.
Hesitation, going to kick it off. There's McClain's shot, is no good. Tip, rebound comes off the Flores.
Back
Flores
tap.
has got to pick his game up, though. Flores spinning to the hoop, out of control. Foul on the shot, and it will be on. Let's see who they call this one on. Brooks. Brooks has 4. That's the team's 5th. So Abe Lincoln right now could force their way into the free throw shooting contest, as they have 5 team fouls on Whitefield Academy. Free throw up, short. Flores struggling, and I gave him, I'm not going to say I gave him, I shared with you his accolades as far as being a preseason top 10 player. Quite frankly, I need to see that over the next stretch of this portion of this game. Free throw is good. 41-31. There have been 12 fouls called in the contest. We have not played 4 minutes into the quarter.
You
Hart
just can't
all
let
the
him
way.
beat you.
Good.
94 feet, all on the pound.
Driving down this way, and then came back and played defense. No good. Kodrak got it, and a foul on the floor. It'll be 2 shots, though. It'll be the team's 6th foul.
It'll be on Sabo, 25.
Jordan Sabu with the foul, his 2nd. We're going to run out of foul paper. Free throw rolls in for Kodrak. Kundrat with the free throw. It is an 11-point game. 3:59 to go. Joe Hillsman, Mason Amberley here with you live from Wheeler High School and the Wildcat Arena. Free throw rolls in. Do we have a free throw sponsor? We're going to need it.
Another hand check there, another one. What do you know? They're trying. I got to agree with them, though. Based on the rules, they're calling the right situation.
Deontay Spratley with the foul.
Now Coach Morton looking for an explanation. And once again, you being around
At the line, Isaiah Hart.
Hart made both free throws, and Coach Mason, you see what I like to do, right? I listened to that entire conversation between Coach Morton. Another foul. This one will be on Micah Smith.
Now both teams are in the 1-and-1.
Both teams will be shooting free throws the rest of the night. The only thing that's going to do is give everybody time to get here for Miller Grove and Wheeler, which is next, right here on SUVtv. No, I don't call the fouls. I understand it. What I didn't like here in this exchange with the referee is that he said, about an hour, yeah. (45-33) with 3:40 to go. Spratlin picks up the foul. His second.
Hart back to the line.
Yeah, I mean, he's going to live at the line. We're paying mortgage at the line in the rest of this game. Free throw good.
You know, I know it's a little early, but has anyone had 40 yet over the last 2 days?
Not in the national. I don't know about an American bracket.
The young kid has got a chance.
Yeah, he does. He had 33 yesterday.
And he's about to go back to the line here in a second.
And he's playing with 2 fouls. He was the first person in foul trouble.
Oh, good kick.
Put it on the floor. When there are fouls, like I said, I'm going to finish my point. You go, good steal. Brown got in there and got the steal. Now there's an impeding. Yeah, you reached in there and impeded his progress right there. Isaiah Hart, that's his third. Team's 8th. 13-point ball game. He has 3. When you impede the progress, but what he was telling, the ref was talking with Coach Tiny Martin and said, tell you guys to keep your hands off of him. I understand how that can be a foul, but at the ref's discretion, and their discretion right now is if you breathe on them, they call it a foul.
So are you in the opinion that you prefer a little hand check?
Yes, there's nothing wrong. Listen, as long as I don't turn you, I'm okay. I can, especially if I'm pressing. You're a ref. You've seen that before, meaning you're a referee and you've seen that. You know when I'm actually turning you. A little touch, there's nothing wrong with that. I know you can't full out hand check anybody. A little bump here, a little bump there. They're young men. They can play the game. 46-33. But when you have 17 fouls called and we have only played a little over 5 minutes, and see what's happening is going both ways now.
Now you have to call them.
Yeah. The players, both team players are kind of looking around wanting to know what's happening. Now, as a player, you have to learn how to adjust to that.
I agree.
Okay. I will say that. This is excessive. 18 fouls.
Yeah, at this point, I'm with the refs, though. They've warned both coaches. It
both
is going to
coaches
be
should
tough.
have been warned. I would have done had a T by now, personally. Because at some point, you want to blow the whistle, I'm going to give you a reason to blow the whistle. Layup, go, no good. Rebound, he's going to fight it back up, and there's a foul down low. No.
Flores just can't get himself going from the line, missing the 1-and-1 and then missing the layup there.
That is going to be on A.J. Hopkins. I don't know how many players on each team roster, but I hope there's some JV guys here because it's about to be some serious fouling out going on around here. McLean will be checking in. Free throw good. So Flores, speaking of free throws, if he can get himself going, it's 46-34. McCarthy now checks out.
Lewis in for Sutherland on the other side.
Flores, no, it fell off.
Oh.
Foul called on William Conrad. That'll be his second. So both teams now, there have been 20 fouls called, and we have played a little over 5 minutes. 5 minutes and 15 seconds, we've had 20 fouls called. 20. 25. I can't believe that number is coming out of my mouth. 20 fouls in the last 5 minutes and 15 seconds. That's four fouls a minute.
That's 45 total for the game.
45. We had 37 total in the last game. I feel like I'm at, I almost messed up. Free throw, no good. He missed them both.
Another foul on number 1.
Foul number 21. This will bore you. I'd rather see Hacker DeAndre or Hacker Shaq than see this. Y'all gonna let him play ball? Okay. Goodness, man, come on. It's 21 fouls in 5 minutes and 15 seconds. I believe it. Yeah, I believe it.
Knowing the refs from experience, he is not lying when he says he will call 21 more calls.
Oh, man, I understand that, but 21? These two state champ teams. Okay, all right.
We've received the opinions of the senior official.
He just said they playing like two JV teams. Okay. I apologize to my bosses. I'm standing right here. I had to have a conversation. The crowd is moaning and groaning as well.
I will speak from experience here, Joel, being around the game over the last few years, all around the country. It's tough for a showcase like this to continue to keep the crowd under control. You almost want to see them put the whistles away and let the kids play a little bit. But they do have a job to do. Some of them take it more serious than others.
I like how you defended them. I really do. We play basketball. There are going to be fouls. Now is where free throw shooting is key. Free throw, good. I talked about at the top how Marv Albert came from Abraham Lincoln. Maybe I can find out another way to say free throw. That might be what I have to do the rest of the day. Find me some other adjective to describe shooting a shot from 15 feet behind the line.
Brown with a strong move to the paint.
Brown moves in, no good, don't tip. Nice hustle by Dryden, saved it, out of bounds, off of Abe Lincoln.
The longest possession of the third quarter just took place. 40 seconds without a foul.
47-35, 2:08 to go.
Hart's got to pass it here.
Hart gets across. Hart now going to drive. Stop it, and there's a turnover.
Little retreat dribble there, swing the ball across the floor. You got Dryden and Munoz, who's made 2 already this quarter. If they can stretch this out to 15 or so before the third quarter ends, I like their chances to close it. Right now, still in jeopardy.
The scorers table, we are absolutely having fun with this. Coach Mason, I hear you. I heard you. Under 2 minutes. In the lane. There goes Brown. Shot up, no good. They fight for it on the floor.
Sutherland working
3,
down there.
2. Yeah, I knew a whistle was coming. Is it going to be out of bounds? It was out of bounds off of the rail splitters. 47-35. Going to inbound it to Dryden. Coach Johnson had been standing the entire game. He has sat down. A turnover now.
Where's Sutherland going?
Jumper up, no
Bailed
good.
out.
And a whistle. This is going to be Micah Smith, his third. Team's 11.
You know, in that situation there, young kid, Micah Smith for Whitfield's got to understand the player's out of control. You're better off just backing off, retreating, letting him shoot that fadeaway going out of bounds. Your team's going the other way.
And the youth is there for Whitfield. The experience is not. It's Tim McCarthy, number 30, and Isaiah Hart, number 4. free throw. Good, he split them. The last 5 points for the Rail Splitters have been free throws. The last 4 points for Whitefield has been free throws.
I like what Coach Morton's done here for Lincoln. He's going small ball, going with the quicker guys on the floor, creating some traps like this, creating another turnover.
Brown dumps it off.
And they're going to get back in it with this group right here.
DeAndre Spratley, and we have a field goal scored. 47-38.
Blocked by Brown.
Brown, you mentioned him earlier. I like him now. He's kind of grown on me. You mentioned why he was able to stay on the floor earlier. 1:06 to go.
That's
Hart
a foul.
of three, a foul on the shot. You can't hit the shooter. And that will be on Deontay Spratley.
Force him into a tough shot in the corner. Bail him out with the three. It's a tough foul to take when you just got yourself under single digits.
47-38. Hart at the free throw line. It is good.
How many does that give him on the night?
Oh, let's see.
21 in the first half.
Oh, you mean points?
Yes, sir.
I thought you were talking free throws.
Well, we can talk free throws. He's had to take at least 15 on the night.
He has 31 in the game. 32.
So the 40 still is looking pretty good. Flores finds an open cut in Lewis.
There goes Lewis down. Put it off the window, no good. Brooks is going to get the rebound. Now here's Munoz.
Where are you going?
Munoz gives it back to Brooks. Brooks skips it across now to Dryden. Dryden crosses the timeline. So now Dryden is going to go on the baseline. Stop, picked up the dribble.
You got to deny Hart here. Deny Hart, force someone else to beat you.
Give it to Morton. Pass was deflected. Here comes Hart. Hart going to cross over and a foul. He'll go back to the free throw line. I think that's going to be on Flores, and if it is, that'll be his third. And now Mr. Ref is walking with his hands on his head.
You know, he told you a few minutes ago he doesn't want to call him. Isn't that what he said?
Yes, but then he followed it up by saying, I've got another 21 in me. So he canceled out that.
I think he's called 4 so far, just so you know.
It's foul number 13.
No, this is obviously, with this many fouls and the way the game's being played, this is obviously for Whitefield and their advantage.
Yes, very
with
much
Lincoln
so.
needing a run, knowing that they're not going to be able to create that pressure and that up-tempo style without fouling. Whitefield just needs to continue to make them, as Hart's doing. Still not sure why they're pressuring in the backcourt, allowing Lincoln to get the running start. Reed with a nice move.
Reed shot no good. The energy in the building is absolutely flat, by the way. 27 and 6/10 seconds. Inbound on the baseline. 27 and 6/10 seconds. They'll inbound it to Dryden. Lincoln with the pressure with Reed. He's riding him hard. Almost got a back tap. Munoz pump faked in the corner. They give it to McCarthy. McCarthy's pass is deflected and taken away. And a reach in and a foul. And that'll be on Brooks, and he is fouled out. Caleb Brooks becomes the first victim of the foul fest.
Who's able to keep their composure with the referees doing what they're doing?
So Wilson will be shooting the free throw. Good. And now the ref comes in and says something to Noah Dryden. Don't know what that was about. Free throw is good. 51-40. Hart fouled in the backcourt, and that'll be on Flores. That'll be his fourth with 12 and 4/10 seconds. The 14th team foul on Abraham Lincoln, and 12 team foul on Whitefield. The scores table just told me we have been in the third quarter for 30 minutes. 31 minutes exact. That's how long we've been in the third quarter. This isn't just me now, folks. This is the wonderful scorekeeper, a veteran scorekeeper, a veteran clock operator, and a veteran PA announcer. It just ain't me sitting here. I'm about to run out of space for Hart and free throws, though, by the way.
And he makes his second.
Yep. 53-40. Bounce pass in. Here's Conrad. Stop. A long three.
Reed.
Good.
Big three by Reed.
Bottoming out. Michael Reed, a three
Throw it up.
Mercifully, the third quarter comes to an end. 53-43. I'll pay some bills and we'll come back right here. This is SUVtv.
The Atlanta Hawks Basketball Academy is camps, clinics, leagues, coaches' education, and tournaments.
I've learned to boost my confidence up. From the dribbling to the shooting to the passing, it's just a great, great camp.
They get a chance to meet former and current Hawk players.
We're building kids on the court and off the court. It's about character and being a good basketball player.
I would say you need to come out here. It's so fun out here.
We're back in live action here. Hart's bringing it over the timeline. Lincoln obviously looks like they're going to back off and literally play defense
Block
from
shot.
2 to 3 feet away.
Yeah, Brown with the block, get it out to Lewis. Lewis picks it up.
Good pass to Brown.
Swings it off to Brown, layup is good.
That gives Brown 14 on the night. I really like what he's doing. 14 points, 6 rebounds, couple of steals, couple blocks.
The stat of the night, 52 fouls called through 3 quarters. That stat of the night brought to you by nobody.
Once again, young group out there other than McCarthy and Hart. It's only an 8-point game. We're about to find out what they're made of here. More of an effort once again to lay off the offensive player. Going to force him to beat him. McCarthy with a move inside. And the one foul they probably should have called, they missed. Bucket here gets it down to 6. Reed with a good look in the corner. It's fouled on the attempt by McCarthy. Reed's yet to attempt a free throw tonight. Whitefield up 8, 6:53 to go. We might have a game after all of that.
There were 31 free throws shot in the third quarter. Reed free throw is good.
Hart personally 17 for 23 from the free throw line on the game. Reed's made the first 2. Can he make the third? Make it a five-point game.
Good. Hit all 3 of them.
They're back in it. Obviously right where they want to be. At this point, I'm using Lewis to completely deny Hart. I'm not letting him touch the ball here.
Jump ball should be called here.
That dog starting to show itself a little bit here for Lincoln. Reed over to Lewis. Brown with a mismatch on Hart. I put him down inside. Backcourt.
Yeah, it went into the backcourt. A turnover. That's amazing. 27 foul calls and 31 free throws. Inbound Munoz to Dryden. Dryden foul by Brown. And it'll be called on Brown. That'll be his third, or his fourth.
That's one guy they got to make sure they keep on the floor.
At the line, Noah Dryden.
So Noah Dryden at the free throw line. The first one is good. 54-48. A minute and a half gone by. Free throw, short, no good. And here's Lewis. Lewis kicks it across, and then here's Flores. Flores on the right wing, put it between the legs, almost travel. Brown worked on by McCarthy. Here comes the double team. Out to Flores. Catch, fire, a three, no. Rebound put back by Conrad, no. McCarthy couldn't get it. Brown inside and a foul underneath on the shot.
That's what he does.
And this will be on Noah Dryden. That'll be his fourth. The team's 17th.
Through 3 quarters, Brown was 2 for 5. Let's see if he can make these.
Brown hit the first free throw. Brown, second free throw, no. McCarthy rips down the rebound. Here comes Hart. Hart with blazing speed, lost control, out of bounds, and a turnover. In the third quarter, Whitefield Academy was 3 of 9 from the field, and Lincoln was 4 of 15. So we had 22 shots taken, field goals. There were 27 fouls and 31 free throws attempted. I'm going to leave it alone now.
I don't want to harp on it, but it was actually 41 free throws, but we won't go there. Good finish by Brown with the right hand.
Yep, Brown finished there.
And a tough call on Kokrak.
And
obviously,
call, and
Coach Martin is very frustrated. Had him in a good position.
Foul on 10.
That's the one as a coach you really get frustrated on. Foul in the backcourt. You close the gap to 3 points. The last thing you want to do is send a guy that shot 23 free throws back to the line.
Hart going to the line. Free throw no good. He's tired of shooting them. Charity stripe. There it is. He's at the charity stripe. Free throw is good from Hart. He split them. 55-51, and a timeout call. We'll take it right here. This is the 2016 Tournament of Champions Holiday Classic on SUVtv. Welcome you back into Wildcat Arena as the action picks up. There's a layup, no good by Hart. Long three, Flores, off, no good. Rebound gonna be ripped down there by McLean. McLean now gives it over to McCarthy. McCarthy spins, picked up his dribble. Now he kicks it long up ahead to McLean. McLean gonna spin. McLean got it taken away. Flores with the steal.
Give it
Flores
up.
now gonna come on the run to Brown. Layup good. And now a timeout call. We'll keep it right here. Brown with the hoop. StatRow is a sports highlight app that shares its revenue with youth and high school teams. StatRow showcases youth and high school sports highlights and gives a portion of their revenue back to the teams to reduce the cost of playing sports. Visit StatRow.com today to learn how your team can partner with StatRow. Now, Mason, when we went to break right there, you actually had a chat with the referee. And what was that chat, if you want to share it with us?
Just trying to get an idea of how they're going to call the game the last 5 minutes. Obviously, now that the game is back to being a competitive environment, are they going to continue to call it the way they were? He was very adamant that they will continue to call the fouls as they see them. I would anticipate, though, both teams have seemed to make the adjustment in the fourth quarter, playing defense without the foul. I think it'll come down to, once again, what happens here over the next 2 minutes. If Whitefield can stretch it back out, I like their chances, but as the game's going, Lincoln's obviously got the momentum.
55-53 inbound. Munoz, Hart, McCarthy, Hopkins, and McLean on the floor.
I would once again, I'd fall back into the half court if I was Lincoln.
McLean fouled on the shot, and he'll be headed back to the charity stripe.
So we've watched McLean now for 3.5 quarters. Looks like he only wants to go one way. Not sure why Lincoln's continuing to allow him to go left.
So Flores has fouled out of the contest. A disappointing effort from Flores.
Has some choice words to say as he's walking off. Very frustrated, obviously.
3 of 6 from the free throw line. He hit 1 3 and he hit 1 field goal. He'll finish with 8 points. McLean, free throw, good.
The young kid McLean's really stepped up, though, huh?
Yeah. I saw a little bit of flashes of it yesterday, but today I really saw it when I mentioned it. He came aggressive, had 4 points there in that second quarter when they really needed it to try and make that push there. Second free throw is no good. Rebound come down to Brown.
He's been that second best option. Sorry about that. He's been that second best option with McCarthy struggling this game. Really giving Hart something to go.
Offensive foul here. That was an offensive foul right there. And McCarthy has drew a couple of those. That'll be on Lewis. Lewis with his third. And it'll be inbound underneath Munoz. Munoz to Hart. Hart now to McCarthy. McCarthy stopped, bounces it back now. And now here goes Hart. Hart gonna drive a push off.
Foul.
Yep, that'll be his fourth. That was an offensive foul. He pushed him off.
Got to be smart here.
Yeah,
It's a big decision for Coach Johnson. 4.5 minutes, clear leader.
And they've been blowing the whistle. I would have to sit him.
He might have to go down for 30 seconds to a minute here, in my opinion.
Yeah, he would have to sit
Or
down.
put him on the, maybe Sutherland's a good matchup. Sutherland's more of a shooter. Hide Hart out in the wing area.
Crossover, here's Wilson. Wilson gonna drive all the way, got the layup good. And you can see the effect right there as Hart didn't want to reach in and get that fifth foul. 1 point ball game now. McCarthy now. Over to Munoz. Munoz to Dillon. Dillon now gonna drive and give it off to McCarthy. McCarthy on the other side got his first field goal.
That's big.
58-55, 3-point ball game. Whitefield in the white, Abe Lincoln, the rail splitters in the black. A three, kaboom! Junior Sutherland, and we're tied at 58.
Give it up, McCarthy.
Under 4 minutes, McCarthy hands it to Munoz. Munoz holds it, now he gives it to Hart. Hart gonna drive, yep, there was an obvious check right there.
Can't ride his hip.
That is very true, you can see it right here.
They warned us they were going to call it. They've been consistent.
Exactly. That's what I was hinting at when you had the conversation. And he said that they wouldn't keep their hands off of him. That's what the ref said.
Hart good on that one. He's closing.
4 for 4? No, I had 3. Yeah, 3.
Hart's closing in on that 40-point mark. So being a hoop head that you are, is 40 more impressive in a win, or is 40 always just 40?
40 is 40. Of course, you always want to win, but if you go for 40 and your team needs every one of them, and you lose by 2 or 3, hey, you're
McCarthy
carrying
with
the
a
weight.
big rebound.
Yeah, out of that corner.
Got numbers if they look ahead.
Here comes Hart. Hart puts it on the floor.
Turnover.
Getting the push off. 10 count. Coaching staff upset at Hart, wanted him to go ahead and give the ball up.
Yeah,
3:24 to go, 60-58.
Definitely numbers ahead in the front court for Whitefield when they look up. The refs will control the final 3 minutes of this game.
There's Wilson. Wilson going to
With
drive
a bump.
up. No, and a foul called from the center official across the way. And that one will be on Munoz. Munoz third.
I'm not sure if Whitefield plays much zone, but that might be something they might want to look into here as the game winds down. Sutherland really the only guy that's made a jump shot for Lincoln today.
Free throw, no good from Wilson. .316 to go, 60-58, rail splitters at the free throw line.
Oh.
Missed them both, badly missed. Rebound comes down to McCarthy.
I
picked
think
up
I
the
know
dribble.
who I'd foul if the game gets close.
Munoz now to McLean. McLean over to McCarthy. McCarthy now going to give it over to Hart. Hart going to go baseline, float it up. And one. Count it. And a foul, Isaiah Hart.
Partial block on the shot, which caused it to go in.
62-58. And
the kid's a player.
Michael Reed picked up. Hart makes the free throw. Michael Reed picked up his 4th foul.
Need to stop here. Got a little momentum.
5-0 run now.
Oh, good hestation by Wilson. Great pass.
Conrad free throw, layup is good, and that makes it now 63 to 60. 63-60. 60. 63 to 60. And it is a full timeout. With the Junior Hawks summer camps, youth basketball players of all skill levels learn the game for the best basketball camp coaching staff in Atlanta. All players will learn the fundamentals of the game along with sportsmanship and responsibility in a fun and encouraging environment. Whether your child is learning the game for the first time or honing their skills, the Junior Hawks Summer Camp program delivers valuable lessons, skills training, and plenty of fun each week of summer. Go to SUVtv.com/Junior Hawks to learn more and register your campers today. .63 to 62, 50 to go. And Whitefield Academy in the white will be taking it out. Abraham Lincoln, the rail splitters, are in the black. Inbound to McCarthy. McCarthy now to Noah Dryden.
Got to put somebody in the middle to relieve that pressure here for Whitefield.
Passes between his legs. They dive for it on the floor. Picked up by Dryden. Dryden gets it to McLean. McLean going to go all the way. Shot. Fell off. Tip. Fight for the rebound. A long lead pass up ahead to Brown. Brown going to catch it. Lay it up off the window. Good. Michael Hart had to leave him alone.
Great play by Reed over here on the defensive end to create that opportunity for Brown.
1 point ball game. Munoz now. Munoz going to step through.
Oh.
And a foul call.
Munoz yet to attempt a free throw. Let's see what he does in a tight spot.
And that'll be on Conrad, and that's his 5th. He has fouled out.
Once again, Whitefield now struggling to get the ball over half court. Got to leave McCarthy in the middle of the floor. Allow him to ease the pressure. Use your other 2 wing guys to help back on the sidelines. Can't rely on Hart to beat 4 or 5 guys on offense every time.
Munoz free throw is no good. Curtis Gordon checks in. He went out. He went out in the 3rd quarter with 4 fouls before the bevy of fouling took place. And as I mentioned, the 3rd quarter lasted 30 minutes. He's extremely cold. 64-62. 2 minutes to go, coming up on almost a timeout with 2:07 to go. We'll take it with them right here. This is SUVtv.
Can't play no game with these. Can't play no games with these. Can't play no games with these. Can't play no games with these. I swear. Can't play no games with these. Can't play no game with these. Can't play no games with these. Can't play no games with these. Can't play no games with these. I swear. Can't play no games with these.
Abraham Lincoln will be inbounding it into the backcourt. And it goes into Wilson. 2 minutes. 2 minutes. We made it to the 2-minute mark of the 4th quarter.
Oh, good move by Wilson.
Wilson, a jump. Good.
This kid's brought some energy these last 4 minutes. Really made a difference for Lincoln.
Tied at 64.
He came in for Lewis, really brought something to the table.
Here's Hart. Hart down low to McLean. The shot is
Great
up
pass.
and in. Good. McLean scored.
They got to pitch it ahead when they get the opportunity. There's easy layups on the offensive end.
66-64, 90 seconds to go. Wilson lost the ball in the middle, picked up by Dylan McLean, and here's Dryden. Now you have to foul almost. Long skip pass to Dylan McLean. McLean attacking the hoop again. Shot no good.
Bad shot by the young kid.
Here's Brown. Brown gives it up, and they're going to go all the way. Shot up. Offensive foul called on Junior Sutherland.
I'm not so sure about that one.
(66-64). The restlessness in the crowd is felt. And now a jump ball is forced, and it will be Whitefield Academy ball. Hart hit. Tyrone Johnson, the head coach, stands up. Tiny Morton now is standing with his arms crossed, looking, and they inbound it here to Hart. 66-64. Here's Dryden. Dryden in the middle. They stop and trapped him. Looking, the pass was deflected, and now here's McCarthy. McCarthy gives it to Hart. Hart now trapped, ducked through, and a timeout called by Whitefield Academy. They have plenty of timeouts. Nobody called any in that 3rd quarter. 57 and 9/10 seconds. So coming up next, it was scheduled for an 8:45 start. It'll be Miller Grove and the host Wheeler Wildcats right here. The winner of this game will get the winner of that game in the national bracket, and the gym has kind of filled on up. We were supposed to start at 8:45. We've actually been doing pretty good starting on time. We've been pretty good, and we get a nice little break, but it'll be interesting to see what we reset this clock to. We may wind up tipping this thing off at 9 o'clock. Doesn't matter. We'll be here in the Wildcat Arena, Wheeler High School. Joe Hilsman, Mason Amberley coming up with you. And we'll have a full day tomorrow as well. I'll check that schedule for you in just a moment while I do have a moment here. You're looking to get a basketball, tennis, or a multi-purpose court at your place of residence? Contact CBA Sports today to discuss your indoor or outdoor project. Visit cbasports.com and tell them SUVtv sent you. 66-64, Whitefield Academy with the lead. And they will be inbounding. They're doubling Isaiah Hart. Looking at Noah, he ends up inbounds it to McCarthy. McCarthy passes it to McLean.
Oh.
McLean over to Munoz. Munoz shot up, good. Munoz with a couple big hoops.
Could have been an and one. Got away with it.
Here's Wilson. And an offensive foul call. A screen. And it was called on Sutherland, and he has fouled out.
Little moving handoff there, stuck out the leg. Got the call.
Abraham Lincoln, I'll remind you, is the #1 team in the state of New York in Class 2A, and they are riding a 10-game win streak. They came into this game 10-0, and they had victories over Ridgeview, Spring Valley, and Dorman at the Bojangles Bash when they played in South Carolina.
Great play by Wilson.
There's a turnover. Coach Lincoln, Coach Morton was trying to call a timeout while they were in possession. Let's see.
Looked like a jump ball. Lincoln will get it on the arrow.
No, they're giving them the timeout. They're going to give them the timeout. Jump ball, it will be Abraham Lincoln's ball. It is a full timeout. True hoopers know you have to always get better at your craft. Download the Assistant Basketball Coach app today to get drills, plays, and content that will help you improve your game. Follow on Instagram at Coach ABC. So inbounding it, baseline out of bounds is Abe Lincoln. Looking, and going to dip it right in low. A front layup good by Curtis Gordon, his first field goal.
Great set by Coach Morton out of the timeout.
2-point game, 68-64, and a steal. Abe Lincoln got the steal, and then he lost it on the sideline. Coach Morton is upset.
He's going to get a warning.
Coach Morton, Tiny Morton, upset. He was trying to call timeout. The ref is just giving him a warning. He was trying to call timeout. They didn't have possession of the basketball.
Yeah, I don't think it was a matter of anything he said as much as him going 10 feet out on the floor to try and get the timeout.
Timeout has been called by Whitefield Academy. A full timeout, 15 and 3/10 seconds. We're going to get to the finish line.
That'll be their last timeout, so they'll have to play the rest of the way without being able to help themselves. Probably an opportunity to get a steal on the inbounds. If not, get the foul right away.
Joe Hillsman and Mason Aberley here with you. We take a look at our wonderful sponsors as you see them across. Been an outstanding event. And 2016 Tournament of Champions Holiday Classic. Also want to give a shout out there because our stats are courtesy of West Georgia Sports Information Services. And those guys do a wonderful job. We all have painfully went through this particular foul fest. And
Hart with a push, got away with it.
He sure did. Inbound to Hart. Hart now to McCarthy with 12, with 11, with 10, with 5.
Got to get it
with
over.
4. He's got to get it across. He did. Just barely. McCarthy got it. They swing it over to Munoz. Munoz holds it, and they're going to escape with the victory.
Wow.
68-66. Final score. Whitefield Academy now has escaped 2 straight times in a row by 2 points. The Abe Lincoln boys from New York fall in a game that was filled with 100,000 fouls. All right, Miller Grove and Wheeler coming up next right here, the SUVtv.
Every day is another beginning. Gonna make my move, gonna live my dream. Gonna make my move, gonna live my dream. Gonna make my move, gonna live my dream.